Hi, Pocket. Busy, but I wanted to share one of my favorite things with you. A lot of the time, I just want to build where I can swing on monsters and not have to worry about my health too much. I don't want to sheath and have to drink a potion in the middle of combat. If I'm doing some more relaxing hunts, I have a go-to build in Monster Hunter Wilds that works on every weapon and is perfect for this sort of playstyle, but especially my favorite with Greatsword. The build itself is quite simple, involves using most, if not all, Guardian Arkveld armors, and revolves around a synergy between two main skills. The first is the set bonus Decimator from Guardian Arkveld's armor. With 2 or 4 pieces of the Arkveld set, Decimator activates and will restore health whenever the hunter destroys a wound. The second skill is Flayer. Flayer is a tier 3 armor skill that makes it easier for the hunter to create wounds. The Arkveld set will provide plenty of points of Flayer, making this easy to max out while acquiring the necessary pieces to activate Decimator. The synergy in these skills is pretty apparent. Flayer allows the hunter to create more wounds, and Decimator rewards the hunter with healing whenever they destroy those wounds. Because I play almost entirely alone, I'm allowed to gorge myself on every wound I make on the monster without needing to share, letting me feast on extra health all the time. These are the 2 main skills, but the armor itself is incredibly flexible. I use the Arkveld Alpha helmet with the rest of the pieces as Arkveld Beta, which leaves me with a whopping 7 tier 1 decoration slots, 2 tier 2 decoration slots, and a single tier 3 decoration slot. With all these decoration slots, I can fit in plenty of skills, whatever I like. Like the Recovery Up skill from the Medicine Jewel. Recovery Up is an armor skill with 3 levels that has a very simple effect. It increases the amount of health recovered. Simple enough, right? This applies to the Decimator healing from breaking wounds, letting us milk even more precious healing all the time. Because Recovery Up is only worth a tier 1 decoration slot, and the Arkveld set has access to so many tier 1 decoration slots, it's not difficult to fit this one in. This Recovery Up will also apply to any healing your Palico brings you, making those Vigor Wasp blasts a pretty massive amount of healing every time they get slam dunked into you. With the tier 2 decoration slots, you can invest a point or 2 in heroics. This gives the hunter bonuses, primarily defensively, when below 35% health. By making yourself tougher at this threshold, it buys you more time to make or break a wound and decimate all your health back, enabling you to keep playing aggressive, even when nearly defeated. But those are just some additional skills that really synergize with the Decimator Flayer combo I mentioned to start off. If you happen to be using one of these stamina-intensive weapons like bow, dual blades, insect glaives, so on, these decoration slots are more than enough to put in plenty of points of constitution, stamina surge, marathon runner, all the things you might want or need to supplement the stamina meter. With 3 pieces of the alpha set, you could even pivot into the Guardian's Pulse group skill to get another stamina surge-like boost when near Wilt Crystals in Wyveria or fighting Zoshia. I've run this build plenty of times with dual blades as well, switching out one of the Arkveld pieces for a more stamina skill-centered piece, maintaining 4 pieces for maximum Decimator and plenty of free Flayer points. The set itself comes with a lot of points of the tier 3 armor skill weakness exploit as well, which, while it doesn't necessarily synergize with our survivability, it is an insanely prominent skill in Monster Hunter and always has been. Weakness exploit provides a heap of additional affinity, which is code for critical hit chance, when hitting weak points on the monster, and an additional massive bonus when hitting wounds. Lastly, because the Arkveld set is all rarity 8 pieces, the overall defense of this armor is very high, and can be increased even higher with the help of armor spheres. Even without any pieces upgraded at all, the set offers 330 defense, and fully leveled it offers 400 defense. Great for general hunts, and it's not weak to most elements. I've been boasting about all the strengths of this build, But just like with monsters, there is no build that is without a weak point or two. The Guardian Arkveld set has remarkably low dragon resistance, making it ironically weak against Arkveld itself. But most notably, Decimator doesn't work on weak points. Weak points are temporary wound-like spots that spawn during some monster attacks, and they're monster specific. They spawn on Arkveld here when the chains get thrown down. Grabbing weak points are great, a consistent way to make more openings throughout a fight, but because they don't count as wounds being destroyed, they won't merit any of the healing from Decimator. They're still great to get, especially because of the opening they give you and all the free damage, sometimes even letting you make more wounds in that big opening you get. But it's an unfortunate and useful bit of information to know that simply grabbing these won't heal you. Another major weakness comes from one of the major strengths of the 8-star monsters. 8-star, or potentially higher star monsters if they get added in the future, are massively powerful, and they're much more wound resistant than normal monsters. This means that even with 5 points of Flayer, it is much more difficult to generate wounds on them. This 8-star specific resistance serves as a counter to this build's main survivability function. Another weakness is simply how expensive the armor can be up front. Not only does it cost a Hunter Symbol 3 for each piece, something novice hunters won't have in high supply, it also requires a gem from each of the apexes, and a decent supply of Arkveld materials. But I think it's definitely worth it overall. The ability to constantly heal from consuming wounds rewards the hunter for playing aggressive, and lets them focus on fighting the monster instead of sheathing to heal if they make a mistake or two. This playstyle is super fun, super safe, and super aggro if you feel like it. I recommend it when going into fights that you're not too knowledgeable on, as a pretty nice quality generalist build for high effectiveness and survivability. Thank you for watching, fellow hunters. Do you have a comfort build? Have you tried Arkveld set bonus? Let me know. Sorry this video is a bit shorter and less exciting than most of my other ones, but I hope that's okay. I've been working tirelessly on a big one to come in the 50 Hunt series. It's taken a lot longer than I presumed, working many hours over the past few days, but it's not quite ready yet. I hope to be showing it to you soon. Until next time, fellow hunters, good luck and goodbye.